Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. We tend to donate our time and money to what the New Testament calls the least among us. But if the goal is to make the biggest difference, you might want to focus on people with unusually good potential to profit. My favorite example: mentor or fund the mentoring of kids from families with modest income who have demonstrated high learning ability and performance. Why can that be so potent? First, of course, some not high performers become late bloomers, but current high performers have a greater likelihood of growing up to cure our diseases, create better products, be wise leaders, and so on. Second, the rich are more likely to help their high performing kids live up to their potential, and that is less likely with kids from lower income backgrounds. And finally, one on one efforts like mentoring are likely to yield significant benefit because the engagements are individualized and they bring the emotional connection that can foster motivation. This little talk is going to show how to recruit and make the most of such a mentoring relationship that's rewarding for the child as well as you. Of course, in today's era of suspicion, especially about sexual predators, you may be limited to being a participant in some existing on-campus program, but maybe not, and in either case, the following should be helpful. First, inventory yourself. Even bright kids and adults are driven heavily by the fun factor. Will the interaction be fun? So, inventory what you find fun. And later, in a search for a match, you'll learn what your potential mentees find fun. Here are a few possibilities to jumpstart your thinking. Play basketball. You can learn a lot about a person from how they play. Hard but fair, lazy, cheat. For example, deliberately fouling, knowing there are no free throws in a pickup game. It's a great teaching opportunity. Another example, together, creating visual images, whether by photography, freehand drawing, or painting, and with software or without software. Or help with homework. How could that be fun? Well, it can be more fun to get it done with someone there to guide through the hard parts, or to ask some thoughtful bonus questions. Or just plain watch TV or a movie or sports or play a video game together. Now, usually, a student, at least initially, would like a mentor for one of the following: career advice, academic issues, personal issues, social issues, an activity partner, a tutor, maybe studying something advanced of personal interest. Like when I was a kid, I was very interested in human anatomy and disease. Anyway, are you open to any of those that I just mentioned? Career discussions, even young kids would like to explore that sometimes. Academic questions, personal questions, social questions. Just an activity partner doing some of those activities I talked about, being a tutor. Also inventory your values. Say, individual initiative versus collectivism, work-life balance versus more accomplishment, politically liberal versus conservative or libertarian, materialistic versus simplicity-oriented. You can often apply those values in your mentorship. For example, the materialist might want to go shopping with the mentee, whereas the simplicity advocate might help the child clean out his overstuffed room and donate the excess to Goodwill. You also want to think about what mode of contact is right for you. In person, phone, email, text, video like Skype or FaceTime. Which of those would be acceptable? And also desired age, race, gender, sexual orientation of your mentees. Some mentors know they're going to just do better with a mentee of a certain background. Now let's turn to finding the right mentee. With those desiderata in mind, to find an appropriate mentee, you might query one or more of these. Most obvious, a friend or relative. That person knows you, and so is more likely to refer a good match. Also, because it's a personal referral, the parent of the child is more likely to trust that you're to be trusted. Another source of potential mentees is a counselor or principal at one or more nearby schools. You want them to be geographically desirable. And a third possible source of a mentee is the head of an after-school program in an area of your interest, like sports, music, theater, or dance. So, of course, wording matters. So here's a sample approach, whether you're delivering it in writing or by phone, or preferably, if it's not a friend or relative, in person. I'd say something like, "Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. I'm a career counselor who lives and works nearby. I'm wanting to do some more volunteer work, and I thought I could be a useful mentor for a high-performing kid. Maybe a 4th to 6th grade boy. Maybe someone from a family that isn't providing all that the kid needs. He and I might talk on the phone occasionally about whatever, or we could do things together on an intermittent basis or a regular basis, maybe helping or supplementing his homework. Playing basketball, taking photos together, just chatting, whatever is going to meet the kid's needs. Might you know of a child who could use somebody like me? Of course, I'd want to meet with the parent and child together first, so we're all comfortable with the situation. In any event, we would take it just one meeting at a time and continue only if both the mentee and I both wanted a next meeting. Now, the first contact. As in dating, the first contact should usually be done by phone, video, or in a public place, and because it's a child, with the parent or guardian there. You might start by briefly introducing yourself and why you're volunteering to mentor a child. Here is what I might say. Hi, my name's Marty, and when I was a kid, I used to, I could have used a nice grown-up to talk with, maybe do some activities with. So now I'm finding myself with a little extra time, and I thought I might do that for a kid. Your principal recommended you as someone who might enjoy that, so here I am. You want to tell me a little about you, maybe your favorite part of school, or what you like to do for fun? Listen carefully to the kid so that you might ask a relevant follow-up question or end up disclosing something about yourself that's relevant. Close listening may also get you a sense of the topic or topics and the activities that the kid would like to talk about, and maybe clues to how superficial versus deep to be, at least for starters. If the meeting's at school, you might ask the kid to give you a tour of the school. It's his bailiwick, something he knows about more than you do, and by noticing what he points out, you can learn some things about him. It's usually wise to keep that first meeting short. Right after a positive exchange, it might be time to say, if it's true, hey, I've enjoyed our first meeting. Would you like to get together again? Maybe do something together, like play catch, if you said he likes sports. Or just talk, whether in person or by phone or on FaceTime. Now let's turn to deepening the relationship. Now, even a superficial mentoring relationship can be rewarding for both the mentor and mentee, but you might want to test the waters for possible deepening. And questions that might do that are, want to tell me a little more about your family? When you're lying in bed, do you just go right to sleep, or do you think about stuff? Maybe good stuff, maybe not such good stuff. When are you happiest? When are you saddest? When are you most angry? What do you like and not like about yourself? Do you have a greatest wish, a greatest fear? If you could get any wish granted, what would it be? And is there anything you'd wish I'd ask you? Especially in a mentoring relationship with a child, be especially vigilant to having gone too far. The old adage, better safe than sorry, may well apply here. Let's talk briefly about problems that could occur in a mentoring relationship. A common problem in mentoring, especially of kids, is that they fail to keep an appointment. Generally, you still want to err toward kindness. For example, Johnny, this is the second time you've no-showed. You want to tell me the reason why? Do you want to not get together? If the problem persists, you might ask, honestly, Johnny, it hurts my feelings when you no-show. Do you want to try to do better, or should we stop at least for a while? Another common problem in a mentorship is that the child won't open up or behaves disrespectfully, conversely. The default should be still polite candor and being open to a satisfactory explanation. For example, you might say, Johnny, we've met 3 times now, and you've been awfully quiet. Am I doing something wrong? Is there anything I can do better? If you want to end the relationship, it's tempting to do it by email or text, but use your normal contact method. It's less chicken shit. Of course, every situation is different, but here's what I might say. Johnny, I've liked a lot about our get-togethers, joking about school, telling you about different careers, our trip to the museum. But I'm feeling like you're not enjoying it or benefiting much, so I'm thinking we should take a break. How do you feel about that? Anyway, many successful people attribute some of their success to a mentor. Do you want to try to be one to a child when their possibilities and their potential are so great and yet unrealized? Anyway, I'm Marty Nemko. Thanks for watching. Feel free to give this a thumbs up, or if needed, a thumbs down, to comment, to share it, subscribe to my channel, and in any event, I am Marty Nemko.